we talk about this through a lens of personality at CIA. Everybody has a core personality. That core personality doesn't change over time. I understand that psychologists and psychiatrists and who knows, and scientific researchers are all saying that like, oh, personality can change and it can adapt. Maybe it can. When it comes to the operational use of an individual's personality, it doesn't change over time. They are at 15 who they are at 65. The difference is the resources that they can bring to bear to offset their own personal weaknesses or complement their strengths when they're 15 are much less. The resources they have when they're in their 50s are much more. So they can pretend to be patient. They can pretend to be tolerant. They can pretend for a longer time, more convincingly, when they're older than when they're younger. I have this fantastic friend of mine, there's a high-powered attorney, super smart lady in Washington, D.C. And we were recently sitting and having a conversation, and she was talking about how one of her best friends from college has this mom who they've always thought is like the perfect mom. So from the time that my friend was, 20 years old in college, she was like, this woman is the perfect mom. She's always patient. She's always kind. She's the most tolerant, forgiving, whatever, right? Fast forward almost 30 years. And they take this woman to a wedding where the bridal shower is in a drag bar, a drag queen bar. And when they put that perfect mom in a drag bar, all of a sudden she starts breaking down. And she starts talking about how she doesn't really like gay people and how homosexuality isn't right. And she starts showing some of her judgmental nature, right? Where everybody had assumed she was perfect and the most forgiving and tolerant person ever. Now they're seeing like the weakness. They're seeing where the armor has a chink in it. And it's because even this lady who had years and years of experience showing this persona of being patient, tolerant, forgiving, and accepting, when she was inundated and all of her resources were spent at the end of a big bridal shower day, and now they're all at a bar and there's men dressed up as women and fake boobs in her face, she's done. She's had enough. And now she starts talking what she really thinks.
And I'm guessing there are strategies to get people to this place.
Absolutely.
Fast.
Absolutely. One of the first things that you want to do when you're trying to break down the wall of public life is you want to create scenarios of adverse stress, because an untrained person is going to very quickly abandon their public persona and lean into their private persona because it's their reactive response. If the greatest joke here is whenever you watch those old comedy movies where like a big strong man is standing around and like, talking about how he's going to protect his girlfriend forever, and then a gun goes off and he jumps behind the girl. It's a joke from the 90s. It's a perfect example of exactly what happens when public life shatters in a moment and private life comes through. It doesn't mean that big strong man is, disrespecting his woman. It could mean that big strong man believes that mommy's going to protect him, right? Or it could mean that big strong man knows he doesn't know what to do when bullets start flying, so he just hides. You don't know the full context of the meaning, but what you do know is with a little bit of cortisol and a little bit of the unexpected, you tap into a whole different person.
And how are you using this? To me, I'm more interested in how to use these techniques for some kind of good, right? Where you're trying to get to know somebody and you're about to sign a partnership agreement with them, and you really want, so I've had this discussion before with golf. Golf is this arena where we get to see if you're cheating, you're kicking a ball out of the woods. We get to see if you're not, counting your strokes, like whatever it is. Yeah. Golf is this little microcosm to see how you are. But it sounds like if I want to really, get to know who you are, we're having our conversation in a crowded train station in Grand Central with fucking people screaming around you, and just, we'll find out. We'll see how invested you are in the partnership in this completely chaotic nightmare environment.
That's a great example. Yeah, that is 100% something I would recommend you do. Golf is still a safe space. You're in a cart. Nobody's putting out a great deal of physical effort or mental effort. If you want to break through someone's resources, if you want to break through someone's public life into their private life, or break through their private life into their secret life, you have to get them to spend their resources. So loud, noisy places, fantastic example. Complicated challenges, right? So it's like instead of going to play golf, go to an escape room where you've got a clock that's ticking down and you've got puzzles that you have to solve and the whole thing's rudimentary. It's made for high schoolers and you can't fucking figure it out, right? Fantastic place to go to just drain somebody of their mental and cognitive resources. See what they can put up with. Don't have meetings over lunch. Don't have meetings over breakfast. That's when people are fresh. Have meetings at the end of the day. Have meetings at 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, when they're fielding phone calls and harassing text messages from their spouse saying, when are you going to come home? When are you going to come home? That's how you're going to get them to say, oh, my wife won't stop bothering me. And then you all of a sudden, you're like, let's talk about your private life. Now, I can't say that I know much about how to do things for good. I don't know how you define good. For me, I define good as what brings benefit to the personal mission that I'm on with my family and with my business. That's how I define good. Because if I define good according to somebody else, I'm always going to be sacrificing what's in my best interest for whatever's in that other person's best interest.